Vermont's next team of Maple Ambassadors is out there in the sugar bush right now, waiting to be tapped. Is it you? As Maple Festival approaches, we're sitting down with the outgoing team and learning what it takes to represent Vermont's official flavor today on Across the Fence. Hello, Vermont. You don't have to be part of a sugaring family to become a Maple Ambassador, but you do have to know your way around a sugar house and be ready to field lots of questions about the maple syrup industry. What does that look like? How about serving up syrup at the Big E and helping county fair visitors across the state appreciate the subtle differences between maple color classifications? Ambassadors may be young, but the responsibility and rewards are high. When a new team is named in a few weeks, they'll each receive a $2,500 scholarship. To tell us about their experience and maybe entice some of you to apply, I'm joined by Rebecca Tatro and Logan Fournier, who served as Vermont Maple Ambassadors for 2025. Rebecca is a senior at Bellows Free Academy in St. Albans, and Logan graduated last spring from Missisquoi Valley Union and Cold Hollow Career Center, where he was a member of the Future Farmers of America Maple team. Logan and Rebecca, welcome.
Thank you.
Pretty good. How did I do on my pronunciations? Before we got started, just want you to know I had to go through pronunciations with everybody. Did I do okay? I'm pretty sure did I say Mrs. Coyle right?
Yep.
Is that right? Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for your instruction. I said in my little introduction there that you don't have to come from sugaring families to become an ambassador, but you both do. Tell us a little bit about your operations. How is the season going so far?
It started off iffy. We were kind of not sure how it was going to go, but it's gotten a little better. We definitely have made some good syrup. I think either St. Patty's Day or last night was probably the best syrup we've made so far. Had good color, had good flavor. So overall, it's.
And where's your family? Like,
we're up in Fairfield.
Okay.
So we have about 5,000 taps. Yeah.
Logan, how about you?
We're up on the Canadian border in Franklin. We have like 4,500 tap of our own. We buy in some, and we had a couple crazy runs, a lot of sap in short amount of time, and we worked really hard to keep up with it, and still weren't quite good at that. But.
And your family operation, so you've got trees and you've also got a dairy farm.
Yep.
So, and you've grown up in the business.
Yep.
What's a day like for you, usually? Because you've graduated now, so.
Yeah, start as early as we can and on the dairy, and once we finish chores, head to the sugaring operation and get, sap straightened around and hauled to where it needs to be, get the ROs going, go back to the barn for a little bit, and then start boiling away and spend the rest of the day up there.
Nice. And are both of now I know you're doing wood fire.
Yep.
Is your family's wood fired as well?
We're wood fire.
Okay, all right. And would you have opinions about wood fired versus oil?
Well, when a tree comes down in the woods, it's got to be cut up, so you might as well clean it out of the woods and burn it. And the biggest thing yet for everyone that would be buying it is it tastes a lot better than oil fired.
What do you think?
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think wood fired tastes a hell of a lot better than
wood fire is the true taste of maple syrup. Well, so what made you want to be an ambassador? Both of you. Let's start with Rebecca. Rebecca, what made you want to be an ambassador?
In the past, I had been told that you should do it. I was like, absolutely not. I would never do that. And then as I got more involved within the Maple Festival.
Which you've been involved in the Maple Festival since I think you said you were 2 weeks old?
Yeah, I was there with my parents when I was 2 weeks old, and I've just kind of been there since. I've been volunteering there since I was 8. So it's just been a huge part of who I am, and it's really shaped who I've become between my different values and my work ethic. And so it's just something that's nice to share that not a lot of people know about.
So is that something that was appealing to you? Is that you would be able to talk to people and share your experience with sugaring?
Yeah, I think it was one of the big things for me was having people understand that sugaring isn't just making the syrup. It's a huge community that really comes together to have support for each other and to produce an amazing product that isn't really produced a lot of other places in the U.S.
How about you, Logan? What made you do it?
Well, it's a can be a family operation, and kind of like she was saying on sugar house, like boiling. I'm just going to throw some numbers. Probably 20% of the time is boiling, and the rest is out in the woods, you know, in nature, walking.
Is that your favorite part?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. Stay busy and checking for everything, keeping the vacuum up and whatnot.
And you had noted that you're, based upon direct drive time from one end of the, trees to the next, it's about 24 miles, a long stretch of
Probably
forest?
between 20 and probably 25 miles.
Okay.
So
So that
kinda
affords you a lot
located
of
in the middle.
outdoor time.
Yeah, we're located in the middle, so it's kind of, jump over there and then come back and jump to the other one.
Okay, so the selection process to become an ambassador, so it includes an interview, right?
Yep.
You all went through an interview, and in part they're assessing your knowledge of sugar operations. So you don't have to be from a sugaring family, but you do have to know quite a bit about sugaring operations. So are you ready to relive that moment and impress the folks at home with some of your knowledge?
We'll see.
Okay, well, so Logan, we'll start with you. And these are questions that actually do come from the interview process, so folks at home can get a sense of what kinds of things they're expected to know. Logan, since maple syrup is a healthy sugar substitute, how would you make or promote it? Or, sorry, market or promote it?
Well, it's all natural. You can't get any, more like organic or natural than coming from a tree that grew out of the ground. And you're not adding anything to it. You're just taking out a little more water and boiling it down a little more. So it's very straightforward.
Yeah, no additives.
Process, and
you can recognize all the words on the bottle when you look at what the ingredients are.
Yep.
Very good. You know what I liked? When we have had some folks on here talking about maple before from La Proctor Maple Center, one of the things they talk about it as a wild product. I thought that's kind of cool to think of.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
very rare in short time frame.
Yes, exactly.
Now
Okay,
we
good. You've got
probably-
marketing chops. Rebecca, what makes Vermont stand out from other maple producing states and provinces?
Well, Vermont as a whole produces about 5.5% of the world's maple syrup. And Franklin County in particular produces 95% of Vermont's maple syrup. And so out of the U.S., we produce majority of the maple syrup. So it's just really fascinating to know we are one of the leading producers of a product when we're such a small state and such a tight-knit community. So
It's an impressive attribute to Vermont,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. The whole world knows our flavor, but they don't necessarily know the state. So actually, in your time representing the Maple Ambassadors, so you have been at a lot of different events. You've been at the Big E, you've been at all of the different county fairs, etc. Have you had any experiences that really stick out with you, people who you've met and talked about? Or talked to?
A lot of people are just not they just don't know about it, and maybe never heard of it either. I mean, 95% from Franklin County of maple production. It's a very small little area for it's not like it's the whole state. I mean, there's parts that still do it, but there's not a lot. You're not just going to start driving around and seeing a lot of sugaring going on in other places or other states as much as right here.
Do you have any favorite memories from your time as the ambassador?
Probably one of the big ones was down at the Big E. What I ended up doing a lot was letting people try samples, and so I actually got to talk to so many different people from across the U.S., and they got to try delicate, amber, robust, and then we had 2 specialty ones. But it was just explaining that, and people would ask oh, what causes it to be robust? And it's like, it really depends on the time of season and then your trees. And it's just, some farms will never make delicate. Like, we have never made fancy or delicate. But it really depends.
So do folks have a lot of questions about the classifications and the different types of syrups?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so do you want to stay in the maple industry? How about you, Logan?
Oh, we're in it for the long run now.
Yeah.
You know, keep on tapping all the trees we can, you know, on our land, and do the best job we can. And
So having graduated, this is something, you know, this is your life now. You're staying in the family operations. Yeah. And Rebecca, how about you? What's next? Because you're graduating from high school.
Yeah, so I'm going to college for forensic drug chemistry and forensic biology with a minor in chemistry and a minor in biology. And so I don't really know how sugaring will come back to me, but I do know that it's something I love and something that I always want to be a part of, no matter if it's just coming back for the season sometimes, just visiting, or moving back up here. But it really depends on opportunities I get. But it'll always be a part of my family. Like my family says, like, maple syrup runs in our blood. So
that's a very, very, very lucky heritage. Okay, so final question for each of you, and it's an easy one. What's your favorite use of maple?
Gotta be just straight out of the rig.
Straight out of the rig. How about you?
Nothing better than, you know, straight off the, you know, evaporator, but you know, that it just has that perfect, I don't know, taste and whatnot. But I basically put on everything that I eat, so.
Pretty amazing. All right, well, are you between the ages of 16 and 21, or do you know someone who is and think you have what it takes to serve as a Maple Ambassador? It's not too late to apply. Interviews are being held April 18th, but if you go to the website on your screen now, you can still fill out an application. Just follow the link for the Maple Ambassador contest. And don't forget, the 59th annual Vermont Maple Festival is coming up April 24th through the 26th in St. Albans, and you don't want to miss it. Rebecca and Logan, thank you so much for joining me. It's been lovely having you guys here today. And before I let you go, Vermont, the search is on for Vermont's Dairy Farm of the Year, presented annually by UVM Extension and the Vermont Dairy Industry Association in cooperation with the New England Green Pastures Program. Nominations are due by May 1st, so if you've got a farm in mind, you can nominate them online. Info for how to do so is right there on your screen, or you can call 1-800-639-2130. We'll be bringing you the winner this summer. As always, thank you for learning and exploring with me today, and thanks to the team that makes Across the Fence possible. I'm Amy Finley. This is Across the Fence. Come back and let's learn and explore again tomorrow.